in yesterday's concept, we have seen how to create a lightning card with a standard title, actions, body, footer. Now, how do you design custom lightning card? How do you design custom lightning card? Let us see this. Go to the developer console. I was creating a lightning card. Lightning card. Here, I give it. Then I'm giving Jura set attribute equal to title. I'm giving a lightning card icon name. Generally, in the yesterday's class, what we have done is we gave title equal to but now instead of giving a simple text, I want to create my own structure. So I was giving it effect. Here I'm giving so I have given here my own custom title here. So I have taken Jura set attribute equal to title. Whatever the title attribute is there, for the title attribute, set this value. We are defining custom title. We are creating custom title message. Let me go to Lightning application. I told you already, if you want the Lightning CSS to be applied, we are supposed to go with the force SQL. So have a preview. This is how I created. In the last session, what we had is a single line title we are taking. If you want to customize it as per your requirement, you can do that. If you want to customize it, we can do that. If you want to customize it, we can do it. So customize the title. Then we are going for save. Now the first point, we cannot jump from A to Z. You are supposed to learn sequentially. Bootstrap, other CSS will come as per the order. Okay. We are in the beginning very beginning. Let us go in sequence order. Now every possibilities are available, so don't break the flow. Okay. The way you learn the Visual Force, you are supposed to learn the Lightning in the same way. We cannot jumble it. Okay. Now, and if you have any specific doubt, please ask me at the end. If it is out of topic, please ask me at the end. Then we have Jura set attribute. Jura set attribute footer. In the last session, we have given footer also as a attribute. We have given a single simple text. If you want to define anything else, we have to do that. Now I am giving here Lightning button. some button. So we're giving lightning button. Let me define the body also. So title, footer we have set, body I was giving. We're just taking a lead. This is, I was trying to define the body. So go for a preview. So this is how we have created this. If you want, you can put them in a div and set, okay, put them in a center. Now, what we are trying to do, we are trying to create a customized component. Custom title, custom footer, body. And we also know how to define an action on the top. We also know how to define actions on the top. We also know how to define the actions on the top. So what was the purpose of this URA set? What was the purpose of this URA set? This is to set the property of an attribute. We are using this URA set to set the value of an attribute. We are trying to set the value of an attribute. So this is how we are designing custom lightning card. Custom lightning card. If you want to define your own header, your own footers, then we can go with URA set. Now, if I don't use this URA set, what is the alternate we have? We are supposed to use attribute set. When you're taking the attributes here, it is only a string message which is taken. We can only collect a string message. We cannot take anything beyond the string. If you want a collection of strings, collection of elements to be displayed in the header, then we are supposed to go with a customized lightning title, card title, customized lightning card footer. There we are going to use URA set attribute. URA set attribute equal to title, URA set attribute equal to footer, URA set attribute equal to actions. I hope you are good with this. We have title, action, body, footer. Title, action, body, footer. So set attribute title, set attribute action, set attribute footer, set attribute title, set attribute title, set attribute action, set attribute footer, and body. Body you can define title. So this is customized. This is customized lightning component, titles, actions, and footer. I hope you are good with this. Okay. Now, this is the topic which was pending in the last session. Now, let us go to the next example. What we had here. This is what we have seen. And this was the pending topic. Yesterday we have just done the standard properties. Now today we have seen how to customize it. Now we are going to understand now the topics about URA handler, invoking client-side control, invoking client-side control. So today we are going to discuss about URA handler and invoking client-side control. Now, I hope this is clear for everyone. Lightning card is clear for everyone. Okay. Now come back to this. Now my requirement is, now I have a VF page. I have a VF page. I was using exam. Now what will happen? The moment I was loading this page, first the constructor of the example class will be called. If I want to do any initialization, then the basic example I have taken. Now tell me, what is the order of this execution? What is the order of this execution? When we call the page, first goes to the controller. In the controller, whatever the constructor is there, the constructor is going to execute. Then the setters and getters are going to be executed. Then the VF page is going to load. Am I right? When you call the page, first it goes to the controller, invoke the constructor. After running the constructor, getter methods, then it is going to load the page. So here, if you want to initialize any values, of the variables, how are we initializing? Using a constructor. In the VF page, the variables what we are using, if you want to initialize the value, we are initializing using constructor. So what is the core purpose of constructor here? Initialize the values of the elements which we are using. Similarly, when you are going to the lightning component, before we load the lightning component, I want the values of the element to be set. I want some initial values to be set. So how do you initialize the values? The way the constructor is behaving in the class, in the same way, I want some concept to run for me before my component is loaded. Before the VF page is loaded, constructor is running, which is used to initialize the data. When I open a page, first the constructor is running, then the setters and getters are running. Similarly, when I am calling any component, before the content of the component is loaded, we want some action to be performed at the back end. Then how will you achieve this? For this, we have a concept called handlers. Now what was that? We want some initialization to happen before the body of the component is loaded. I repeat my statement. We want some initialization to happen before the body of the component is loaded. So how will you handle this? We have a component called URA handler. With the help of this URA handler, we'll be handling this. Let me give you this. Now, for your understanding purpose, I will define a basic one. Name equal to init, fixed name. There is a fixed name. If you want this to handle any initialization work, the name equal to init. If you want to handle any initialization work, the name equal to init. The handler will be used in multiple concepts. Here I am using the handler to initialize the data. Here I am using the handler to perform some action before the content of the component is ready. So name is init, initialization. Value is this particular component. Action. C dot. So what I was saying, boss, before the content of this component is loaded, I want some action to be performed. That is defined as what? URA handler name equal to init, value equal to this, action equal to name of the function which you want to call. C dot name of the function. URA handler name equal to init, value equal to this, action equal to C dot name of the function. C dot name of the function. Again I repeat. URA handler name equal to init, value equal to this. They are fixed amount. They will not be altered. Action C dot show. Now the point is, where will you define that action? You have defined URA handler, very good. But where will you define that action? Now if you look at this, we are finding here controller. Click on this controller. Open the component. From the component, click on the controller. When you click on the controller, then JavaScript file will be formed. What is the name of the JavaScript file? Whatever the component you have given, the component, if my component is example, then we are going to have if the name of my component is example, you will get a JavaScript file which is called example controller. If the name of the file is example, then we are going to get a JavaScript file with the name called example controller.js. Right. This is how we are getting it. Now, when you open this, look at the point. This is syntax. What is the syntax? Function name, function, component. When I say component, it is referring to the component from where I was called. It is referring to the component from where I was invoked. Referring to the component from where I was invoked. Refers to the event which has fired this. Refers to the event which has fired this. Refers to the event which has fired this. Now, in case any common functionality, right, look at the point. I have one more function in the same. This is all the functionality. But if you look at this, there is some common action which is happening in both the cases. There is some common action which is happening in both the cases. Then what we can do, break this. Right? The same concept is called helper. When some logic is frequently used, instead of writing that logic in every function, we are going to separate the logic and define it as a helper. Define it as a helper. I hope you got the concept, right? So what was that, boss? When you are writing a functionalities, if there is any common code which is used in more than one function, same type of logic we are applying in more than one function, we can define that logic in the helper. If any such type of helpers are there, it will refer to the helper. In this component, if you want to refer to any one of the helper function, we use this helper. So component, the component, it is going to refer to the component from where I was above. Event will refer to the event which has fired this function. Helper, in case if you want to refer to any helper function, we use the helper dot, the name of the function. I hope you got my point here. Is that was clear? Component refers to the component who has called me. Event, which event has occurred on the component because of which I was fired. Which event occurred there because of which I was fired. Helper. It is a helper. If you have any common functionalities, you want to refer to that, they are defined as helper. So we call helper dot show. Helper dot show means helper function show. Are you getting? If you want to refer to any one of the helper actions, we use helper dot. This is the syntax of defining a function. I hope you got my story. Is that was clear? Clear for everyone? Okay. Now what is the name of the function you gave? Right. Next. Generally, if you want to do unit testing in the Salesforce FX programming, what we do? We write system.debug. What we do? If you want to create any breakpoints or if you want to do any unit testing, what we do? We use it as system.debug so that the message will be printed in the log file. I can go there and cross check it. Similarly, in the Lightning JavaScript, how do you create breakpoints? How do you debug it? So here we are going to say console dot log. This will be printed in the log file. Console dot log. At the same time, I am doing alert. This is how I get. So go to the component. Component is calling show. The show I am giving some alert message and I am giving some console dot log. Now how do I run it? Then review. Look at the message is not printed. Before the message of the component is printed, this look by show. Then we are getting the example. So first the handler action is getting performed, then the body of the component is put. First the handler action is performed, then the body. Now you want to make a unit testing, then I told you, give a right click, inspect, go to console, see the message. Now you give system.debug in Apex to check whether functionality is working fine or not. To make unit testing or to make breakpoints, you print system.debug, go to the log file, cross check. Similarly, in the Lightning client-side controller, when you say it's a client-side controller, it's a JavaScript. JavaScript will not have any compiler. JavaScript doesn't have any compiler, it has only interpreter. Now if you want to check line by line, we have to create number of breakpoints to check. Because JavaScript doesn't have any compiler, it is very hard to find out the bugs. There is a reason at every point we create breakpoints to cross check whether they are running properly or not. So how do you create a breakpoints in the client-side controller? By using console.log. by using console.log. I hope you are good with this. Right. So what was the basic core purpose of this one? What is the basic core purpose of this URA handler? If you want any action to be performed, before the component is loaded, if you want any action to be performed before the component is loaded, then we go for URA handler. URA handler is not only used for okay, initialization. It is also used with other events. But with respect to this, we are now learning URA handler as initializer. But we will be using the URA handler even to handle the events. At this level, we are handling. Okay, at this level, we are going with URA handler as initialization event, init event, initialization event. Let us see quick theoretical part.
Can I ask it out?
Go ahead, Anu.
So what was the event fired in this case?
Init. System event init.
Sorry, what?
Init is the name of the event. So look at the quick theoretical information. This component is used to initialize the values or attributes in the component or application. The handler is not only used for component, it is also used for application. It is used to initialize the values or attributes of the component. Right. This event is triggered on app or component for initialization. Right. This event is automatically fired when an app or component has okay. Let me make it in simple term probably. So the component body of the component or application is loaded. This event is triggered before the body of the component or application is loaded. Attributes. Name is always init, meteor, myxoma. This should be always init. This value should be this, referring to the particular component. Who is going to handle it? Which this particular event. Action. What is the client side action that you want to perform? So we are going to give URA handler name equal to init, value equal to this, action equal to some function. Now how you define the controller? Now method name should use function name. Function name, component, event. We can give function, component, event, helper. Now we can give 3 parameters. Param 1, it refers to this variable. When I am using this variable, there can be any name. It's not necessary that should be a component. Now there is a parameter. If you say ABC, then ABC. XYZ. Are you getting a point? Param1 is a variable. This will refer to component. Who has invoked. Param2 This will specify, this will handle the event which has fired. This will help for actions. Basically, param 1, param 2, param 3. This is how we are going to set it. I hope you are good with this. Right. So let us take the
Satish, can you
come again. Come again, I didn't get you.
can you explain that event thing which I got confused here? So you're saying that event is innate, but
See,
how exactly that is related here?
it is a fixed standard name which says initialization. The initialization name is init. Anywhere you are going to initialize it, there is a fixed event called init. There is the name of the event, and you are going to use it.
So in the
Now,
function name, the event is init, right?
see, this event is going to handle. This event is going to handle this event. What I am giving here is different from what I am giving here. This is a browser specific event. This is a component level events. This browser specific event means on click, on change, on focus, on mouse over. These are browser specific event. When I'm using handler here, this is not browser specific. There is a lightning specific event. There is a concept called application level events and component level events. Okay. So when I'm saying here, it is a event on the lightning, not on the browser. When I say here event, this is going to say browser specific. Okay. In case if you define any application level event or component level event, they also refer by this. The param2 not only refers to events of lightning and application level events and component level events, it also refers to browser specific. So when you click here, what is the event that is finding here? There is internal concept of application. Okay, initialization. So here, what is that? When you click on a button, also event is fired. When you focus, also event is fired. Okay. Here, the meaning of this event is different. This is not a browser specific event. Internally, we have a concept called. You are able to find
Got
it.
it.
This is how we have.
So, and all the param values are required, or only the component is required here?
Depends upon the context. Depends upon it. Component is mandatory. Rest on the two is your choice. Depends upon the context.
So C is a standard one, or can we use any other?
C is a standard. If you don't define, why we are giving a C? We are giving a C to say that it's a custom without namespace. There is no other option. If you are not defining any namespace, there is only one alternate name for you. That is C. You want to go with any particular name? What we are supposed to do? Right. We have to create a namespace. Right about.
Okay. So if there is a namespace existed, so instead of C, we have to use the namespace.
Exactly.
Right.
Now, again I repeat the basic point. If namespace is there, namespace will be used. If namespace is not there, C will be used. Okay. If you don't want C, you have to go for namespace. It's not vice versa. Now the concept is namespace is there, namespace will be applied. If there is no namespace applied, then C will be used as default. To use C, we are not creating a namespace. It's not vice versa. First, the point is namespace should be created. Did you create or not? If you don't create, system will create C. As simple as that. Am I clear? Namespace is created, we'll use namespace colon. Namespace is not created, default namespace. Default namespace. C is default namespace. When I say default namespace, which was assigned by the system. Right? Okay. I hope I'm clear with this.
Satish, while calling the function show,
Ask, go ahead. This is a basic example. Now,
Sorry?
you didn't ask your question. You're delaying the session. If you have a question, go ahead, Amma. Otherwise, I'll continue.
Okay. So I think Satish, I will ask my question. So line number 37, you did define the handler, and 38, 39 are the some display statements. So by changing the order 37, putting them below the examples, does that vary, or all the handlers will be
Now,
executed first?
You write a constructor.
Before-
You write a Apex class, Amma.
Mhm.
You write an Apex class. Now, is it necessary that constructor should be the first line?
No,
If you write the constructor in the 100 line, will the constructor run lastly?
no, it's a constructor
That's
first.
the same. What is the purpose of your handler name equal init? It is to tell that it will be fired before component body is loaded. Doesn't matter where you define. You define the beginning or the last star. The functionality of this is it should be fired before. It should be fired before the component body loads. So
Okay.
I will put it before or after. It doesn't make a difference. Okay. Right. I hope I'm good with this. Yeah.
And Satish, question here. The method we defined to show, is it specific to the overall bundle? Can I define the same method name in the same bundle?
See, in the bundle, this component has a action. In that action, what is this action? This action is specific to the component. Now, if it is a bundle, what does that mean? If it is bundle, what does it mean? It is only applied for this particular component. If it is bundled, when I say for this component, I am creating a JavaScript. Only for this component, this JavaScript will be applied. Only for this component, the JavaScript will be applied. This is specific to this particular component. This is specific to this particular component. Is that what's clear? Right. Right. So, let us get into the next point. See, the basics, functionality and basic property people have to understand very clearly. When I say component, the component has a controller. The controller is for a component. When I say component has a style, the style is for only a particular component. When you are grouping all of them at one set, it means they are used for the particular component. Component bundle. Component is associated with a controller. Component associated with a helper style. Every component has bundle means every component has individual controller. Every component has individual style, individual helper, documentation, everything. Right? Is the verse clear? Am I clear? Right? So every component has its own controller. The name also is coming in. That's why I told. Look at the point. Now, we need to understand the quick point. The point here is, I want to create a component with some attributes. I want to create a component with some attributes. Now, look at the point. I have created a component here. Europe. This is how we have. So here I was trying to display the data. There is a lightning component with 3 attributes, and in the lightning card, I was trying to display the data. Now, I want the values of these component to be set. The attributes of the components to be set. What I'm doing, Jira handler, name equal to init, value equal to this, action equal to. So, where is this action defined? In the controller of this component. This component has a controller. In the controller, we are defining it. Click on the controller. What is the name of the action? Now the point is, how do you read the value of a component? How do you read the value of a component attributes? There are some attributes here. I want to set the value of this attribute. How to set the value of an attribute from the controller? Now from the controller, how do you take the data? How do you set the data? So look at the point. If you want to refer to the attribute of a component, the component is calling this controller. If you want to refer to the attributes of the component, you are going to say component. See, this is not necessary that it should be a component. This can be anything. The ABC will refer to component. Component dot set, component dot set, v dot, component dot set, v dot emp. Component dot set, v dot, attributes are referred with v. Component dot set, v dot. So what I am doing, when the component is getting loaded, handler is going to call. The handler is going to set the value of emp name is 7. Right? Can you go? Right? Component dot set, v dot salary, console dot. Right. Now I had a component. When you are loading the component, handler is going to be called. When you call the handler, handler will set the value of attributes. How are we setting? Component dot set v dot attribute name comma value. Invoke this in the application. Extends. So let's have a preview of this. There's a bug. Let's cross check the bug. Let me run it again. Let me see the bug here. You just need to refresh it. Call me. V not defined. What was that? See handler, call me v not defined. Component set emp name, was that? Yeah, okay. I was not supposed to use read anything. I was supposed to get the value and put it in a variable and use it. Okay. So this is how we are using it. When you're putting this, we got a component here, employee name, age, salary. We are putting it. So we got a writing card, the employee name, age, salary. So how these values are set? Satish, 90, 10,000. Before the component is loaded, we want some action to be performed. Before the component is loaded, we want some action to be performed. We are setting. Now, what was the mistake that I made here? In the console, I cannot say directly v dot. Okay, v dot. It's a bug we got here. Okay. Now, this is the setting the value. Now, I have another requirement. What is the other requirement? I was going to give some values, take the values, perform some calculation. Now, I want to read the values, perform a calculation, set the value. Now, this is an example of reading, okay, setting the value. This is an example of setting the value. We are setting the value of an element. Here, but what I want to get the value. How do you get the value? I want to get the value and I want to use it. So let us see how to get the value. So, how do you get the value? If you want to get the value, it is component dot get v dot attribute name. If you want to get the value, how are you getting? Component dot get v dot attribute value. So let us see one example to demonstrate this functionality. We are giving here v dot eval So we give basic component attributes which are going to be displayed on the lightning card. So I have Yura handle. Name, initialization action. Value is this. So click on the controller. Action is invoked. Now what is my requirement? Whatever the value of A and B are given, I want to read it, make a sum. Where A value equal to component dot get v dot eval. This is like a getter and setter for you. This is like a getter and setter. In the VF Apex, we are using set and get. Here also it is component dot get, component dot set. Right. Set the value of anything. Then how do you set the value? Component dot. Console dot log. This is how you are supposed to give. But earlier I gave v dot, so we got an error. So we are reading the values, component dot get, we are setting the values. Read the values, set the values. Now I want this to be invoked from Lightning application. We are setting the value at the time of calling. Now, at the time of calling the component, we are passing the value of A and B, which I was reading in the handler, and calculating the value of C and displaying. This is how we are giving it. What was that? Whatever the value we are giving, when I call handler, A value equal to 10, B value equal to 10. Before we load this component, we want the handler to be invoked. What the handler is doing? Reading the value of attribute A, reading the value of attribute B, then trying to perform some calculation, set the value. Trying to read the value of trying to read the value of A and B, then calculate the C, component dot set. So get the values of an attribute, set the value of an attribute. Get the value of an attribute, set the value of an attribute, and we are giving console.log to check the breakpoints. Inspect console. Right? So this is how we are giving it. I hope you are good with this example. Okay. Let us do one exercise. Let's do one exercise. Create a component. Was the file? Create a component which will take amount, rate, year, interest as an attribute. Calculate the interest. do this example, Meanwhile, people who have a queries, go ahead. If anyone has queries, go ahead, no? Meanwhile, if anyone has any queries on the current topic what I discussed, go ahead with your questions.
Hello, Satish.
Yes, Emma, go ahead.
Satish, in the first example, handler first example which you have given,
Okay.
you have maintained one method show, and the output was coming like example. First means the component body it printed, later it then printed the content of that show, right? Ideally, it should be the reverse, no?
No. When I called
First, the method should get activated.
First the alert message came, then the body printed. First
Okay.
alert message came. When I closed the alert, the body printed.
Okay. Okay.
You can run the same program. You can get into my account and run the program.
Okay, Satish.
Any other queries from anyone else?
Hello, sir.
Yes, sir.
Just want to ask that if I don't use settle, like in the example that we done yesterday, so then also it was taking the value from the application, like when we call the component, and then
No, your voice.
by setting the attribute.
Your voice is breaking. Can you be clear? Can you be a bit clear?
Okay. I was just asking that now it is clear.
I think you are speaking in the open
Now
mic.
it is
Could you please raise your
okay.
headset and ask them?
Okay. Or just can I go ahead for now?
See, you are speaking in an open mic, so echo and your voice both are coming together. Unable to get you.
Okay.
Could you please raise your headset and ask the question?
Okay.
Satish, you already shared the account credentials, but I did not get it. Can you type it in the chat somewhere?
Notes at data of 0107.com, password Salesforce 123.
Thank you.
Satish, I have a question.
Go ahead, Emma.
So does application like Aura application also can have the init enabled?
Yes.
Okay.
Because
So it has its own controller. Okay.
exactly. So application component also has a bundle, right? The bundle includes
Yes.
control.
Okay.
Some guy was asking a question. Go ahead, Emma. Ask him to ask through.
Hi Satish.
Yeah, go ahead, Emma.
You told that init is a system event which is different from browser event, right?
Yes.
Two questions. So what is the basic difference between system event and browser event?
We'll be discussing that in the lightning events, Emma. There's a concept called application level events and component level events. Okay.
Okay, sure.
That is called lightning events. Let me finish.
Okay.
Let's say browser specific events. Click, mouse, button press, button release, key press, key release, mouse events. I can say in short, I can say key events, mouse events, window events. This type of events are called browser specific event. On the browser, when you click on a UI event, on the browser, when you press a key, like there, browser specific. Generally, action will be fired when browser event occurs. But internally, we have a concept called application level events and component level events. Okay, this is a different concept in the Salesforce. General JavaScript, this is what we are doing. This is general JavaScript. This is in the Lightning. We also have some specific events called application level event, component level events, which are we discussing in the event level. Okay.
So system events, application
No,
level events, component events are there.
first of all, it's not system event. It's Lightning events. Okay. Browser events, Lightning
Okay,
events.
so lightning events, browser events, and system events are all different events.
Again, I repeat it. There are only two: Lightning events, browser events. Lightning events are different.
System.
There is no system.
System events.
There is no
Okay.
system. Lightning events, browser events. Both are different.
Okay. Init comes as part of lightning event.
Yeah.
Okay.
We should have, Satish, we should have only one handler with name init, right, in the entire component.
Exactly. Obviously, there will be one constructor, right?
Oh, yes, Satish. In the examples which you have taught today, first the handler is calling, handler is getting initiated, which is then leading in activating the method in the controller. Is there any possibility where we can first initiate the controller, then followed by the controller?
No.
Controller will call the logic present
No.
in handler.
Now the point is, unless you call the component, how does it know the controller?
In the controller we will put something like but
Now,
I will create a button on click some action I will put.
Understand a point. Understand a point. When you want to initialize, when you want some action to be initialized, we have to tell for whom we are initializing it. So thing will come with component. It will not come with controller. Component has to call the controller, not the controller calls a component. It is the initialization process. Now, will class call a constructor or constructor call a class? Class will call a constructor. Similarly, your component will call handler. Component will call handler. Handler will call action. It is not the action which will call handler. Got my point? Unless you tell the component, I cannot know which controller I am referring to. So every component has its own controller. So we have to first mention which component is this. The moment you say component, automatically handler will be fired. Right, Emma?
Okay.
The bundle.
Come again.
What do you mean by bundle? It was something it is part of bundle like that, right? What is bundle?
The component will come with a group of elements along with it, like controllers, helpers, styles, design, SVGs.
Okay.
Can we call another component from this controller?
Yeah,
like
there's a concept called dynamic components.
Maybe for a question from the other lady, she was asking, can we call component from controller, right? The opposite way, it is not possible, is your answer.
Maybe now the point here is, this is not the question what she has asked me. Can we call the controller to component? Initialization wise, we are discussing about initialization.
Okay.
Now, from the controller, you cannot initialize the component. Component has to call the initializer. Initializer will not call the component. That's one difference. Your question, what you ask is, can't we call a component from the controller? First, the controller should be invoked. No, who is invoking the controller? Somebody has to click on a button, then only the controller will come. So from the controller, on the user interaction, on the controller will be called. From the controller, can I create a component? Yes, we can refer to component, but there is a dynamic component concept is there. That is not with URL. Okay.
Yes.
There are three different questions actually.
Maybe this is some different controller we can call, not this dot control.
Again, if you want to call, there is a concept of dynamic component references, which we are supposed to use, or we are supposed to use events for that. Application level event or component level events. Okay. This is a different concept. With this URA handler, name equal unit, you will not be able to call it. Right. Got my point?
Yeah.
See, Simple funda. When you click on any button, JavaScript is called. Unless you click on a button or unless you click on a data, that action will not be called. When is that Apex class method is called? By default it will be called. Constructor will be called by default. But when the Apex class method will be called, you have to perform some action, right? When you click on a button or when you click on a link or when you change the data on change or action support, action function, some event has to occur. Then only that method will be called. But method directly cannot be called. Method has to be called from a particular UI. What is that UI in our case? Component. So component will call controller. The controller cannot be called because every component has its specific action. First you tell which component, then on which element you are clicking or which element the change is occurring. With respect to that, the corresponding controller will be called. Straight away controller will not be called. Straight away controller will be called only in one case, that's URA handler. When you say URA handler, before the component is loaded, the action is not coming. It is a simple basic Visual Force with one Apex class. Now, if you are calling an Apex class in the Visual Force page, tell me what is the procedure? Tell me what is the procedure? First the constructor will be called. See, once constructor is called, data is displayed on the VF page. Once the VF page is loaded, when I click on a button, method will be called. When I click on a link, method will be called. Right? Am I right? Okay. When you click on a button, it is going to one method. Method can call another VF page. In the method, I can give page reference one, I can refer to another page. So, on a component, when any event occurs, it will go to controller. From controller, I can refer to another component. But straight away, I cannot call a method. Method will be called from VF. VF will call method. The method can call another VF page. Similarly, component will call controller. Controller can refer to another component. Okay. Now, VF is calling method. In the method, we give page reference. That is the reason we are able to go to another page. If I write void, I cannot go right. Similarly, in the component, when you click a button, going to the controller. In the controller, we have some extra concepts like events, dynamic components, using which I will refer to another component. I hope you got my point. This is the question somebody is asking me at the back end. Okay. So, right. This is very simple, basic concept of initialization of your constructor. The way you are using a constructor in the class, in the same way we are using handler in the component. As simple as it. Any more query on this? Am I clear? Everyone is good with this example? Right? Now, let us come back to the next example here. So I was supposed to give a quick lightning card here. So I took a component. Right. So set the data, get the value of amount, get the value of year, get the value of rate, calculate the interest, set the value. Then I was supposed to give console. Now the purpose is to understand it doesn't have a compiler, as a scripting doesn't have a compiler, as a scripting doesn't have a compiler. I'm giving a force. Now look at this example. I hope everyone is good with this. Right, Amma? So what we have done, component we have created 3 different attributes. With attributes, URA handler is called. When you call the URA handler, what the handler is doing. Right. Now somebody is asking at the beginning of the session, is it necessary that all the 3 parameters has to be given? Now I don't need any events here. I don't want to use any attribute called event or helper. Straight away I gave component. So whichever the parameter you need, you just mention it, you can use it. No, I want to mention all the three, it's your choice. There's no issue. Whether you mention or not doesn't make any impact. Unless we are using any helper or actions. If you are using any helper, it is a must. If you are using any event, it is a must. Otherwise, component will. This is how I gave. Right? Setting the value, getting the value. Any other query from your end? Now let us get into the next example. Let us get into the next example. Our next example is invoking the controller when the event occurs on the page. Now I want to say, when we click on a button, I want some action to be performed. When you click on a button, I want some action to be performed. Already in the Lightning, we created actions. Button group we have created. Now I want to create some action here. Let us see. I hope everybody has followed these basic examples. Done, right? Okay. There is an expression to refer the attribute. If you want to refer the attribute, we have to give V. Any attribute to the component you want to refer, it should be referred with V. Now see, when I say initialization work, it can be anything. When I say constructor initialization means it may initialize the connection, it may initialize the value, it may perform any one of the web service. Okay, any other third-party calls you can make. Any work that you want to do before the component loads is called initialization. It did not be assigning a value. Initialization is different, assigning a value is different. It is used to initialize any operation. Okay. Now let us get back to the next one. I hope everyone is good with this concept, right? Right, okay. Then we are going with on-click on buttons. Let's go back to the story. Lightning component. So I'm giving here
Hello, Satish, can I ask one question?
Let me complete it. Please mute your mic, Amma. So basic one I have taken. Action equal to. So this is the era handler. Same I am taking. Lightning, caught. So I am giving era set attribute actions. Here I was giving lightning button value equal to button label equal to submit on click. This is what browser specific event. On click of the button. On click of the button. On click I have was giving here. So I have three functions here. Line number, what is that? Attribute. This was yeah. Now come back to the next. Everywhere I do lighting. Okay. Now go back to the structure here. I have call me, invoke, show. Controller. We are supposed to define three functions. Call me, function 1, comma, invoke, event. I have defined three functions here. So they should be separated by comma, function 1, comma, function 2, comma, function 2. So in the function 1, I am saying component dot set v dot emp name component dot set the same story. Now we defined three actions: call me, invoke, show, and we gave three buttons. When you click on the button, corresponding action is invoked. Now URA handler. The moment the component is loading, call me will be running, where it is going to set the name of Ravikiran and 90. Then in the lightning card, I have two buttons. When you click on the submit, it is resetting the value of name as Prasad, age as 40, and we have one more button called cancel, which is nullifying the values. Right. So button on click, URA handler action, URA handler action, button on click, button on click. So we had a lightning card here. So initial URA handler is called. We had name and age. Then we have the lightning card buttons. In the lightning card, I have actions where I was invoking some logic here. Right, boss? So on button, on click, button, on click, button, on click, button, on click. So we can define more than one function in the controller. They are separated by commas, and if it is URA handler, we are going to say action. If it is a button, we are going to say on click. I hope you are good with the basic example, right? You are good with the basic example. Okay. This is to print the value of an attribute. Whenever we are referring to the attributes, it is a V. Whenever you are calling a controller, C. C is to refer to the controller. V is to refer to the attribute. Now, V, EMP name. EMP name is an attribute. Age, attribute. C dot call me, it's a method, it's a function. C dot invoke, function. C dot show, it is a function. Alright? I hope you are good with this. Right, boss? So, this is what we have created. So, invoking the action on buttons. We have created buttons. When you click on the button, we are performing an actions. Okay. I hope this is good. Clear for everyone? Clear for everyone?
Satish?
Yes, sir.
So those actions positions are fixed, or we can change the position of the actions also.
What do you mean by position is fixed?
So it is on the right side, right? So can we move to the center?
Apply. Now put a div. Try to apply the CSS. See.
Okay.
Now when you go with a page block, buttons can be arranged. Page block buttons can be arranged by putting a div. Now you got a structure like this. How will you apply this? Now look at this. How are you applying this? The page block only, no? Page block is the page block buttons. How are you achieving this?
By applying CSS.
Right.
By applying CSS.
Basically, when you say page block button, from here to here, it's called space of page block buttons. From here to here, it is a space of page block buttons. From here to here, the space of page block buttons. Then you create a div. Okay, break the div into two spans. One span to the left, one span to the one is left lane, another is right lane. So we get it. Similarly, the space is given here. The lightning, when you say lightning card, from here, this entire space is called action space. You apply from here the action space. Now you align them as per your requirement. You put a div, say align center, align left, align right, it will work out for you. Okay. Right. So let us do one more example.
So we don't need RA set there, right? In that case.
Pardon me.
So we don't need to use
again.
Set
Again. Now the basic point you understood. Did we happen to put actions directly in the lightning card? How did you define the actions? Did I give title equal to so and so, order equal to so and so, actions equal to so and so? We have not defined action equal to so and so. How did I define actions? I defined actions with a URA set attribute equal to action. Why? Because it's not a string. It is not a string. If the action was a string, name, I would have given without URA set. Now the purpose why I have taken URA set is it is not a string message. Title equal to string. Footer equal to string. Right? Action is not a string. It may be a button, it may be a quick list, it may be anything. That is the reason if you want to define any custom other than string, if you want to define any custom, what we do? We go with URA set. Simple funda. If you already done the Visual Force pages, okay, Apex Facet. Why did you use Apex Facet? Again, the same story here. Why did you use Apex Facet?
To show the headers.
Types we can use it.
Yeah. Now, if you want to define anything other than text, if it is a text, you give header value. If it is anything other than text, I want a checkbox to be given. We give Apex Facet. In the header, this checkbox will be printed. Now at the bottom, I want to create pagination symbol. Previous, last, next. I want to create one more. So if it is a text, straight away you can give header value equal to the message. Other than text, if you want, you have to define apex facet. Similarly, here also lightning card, if you want to take a text, straight away you can give title equal to so and so, footer equal to so and so. You want anything other than text message, then we are going for customization. That is the reason we give URASet attribute equal to action, URASet attribute equal to title, URASet attribute equal to footer. Now in the footer, I don't want a message, I want a group of buttons. That's what the first example I have done in that today's session. Today's session, first example, what I have done? URASet title, attribute equal to title. Now in the title, only one string is coming. I want title, subtitle. It is not possible with standard functionality. Then I told URASet attribute, okay, set attribute equal to title. When you want your custom message to be defined, when you want your custom message to be defined in the place of title, we go with the URASet. When you want your custom actions to be defined, then we go for URASet. If it is a string, straight away we give title equal to string, footer equal to string. Anything other than string you want, you need to go for URASet. This is exactly the same like apex facet what we are using in Visual Force. Am I clear? Okay, now. So, any other queries from here? Fine. So that's all from my end for the day. So I'll just give one quick example before I end up. Now we had button. It's okay. Fine. So we'll finish off for the day, and the next topic what we are going to discuss is going to be, these are the topics what I'm going to discuss in the next class. Input components. Now I've just taken the input from attribute, but I want to take the input from the form. So input component, output components, applying the styles. Based on IDs. Attribute. Then I'll be giving, right. So this is a concept what we are going to learn. Input components, output components, how to apply the styles on the lightning component, reading and setting the values based on IDs, passing the values based on IDs to attributes. This will be the topics which I will be discussing for the next Saturday. Right. That's all from my end for the day. See you in the next session. Online people.